Electric power is everywhere present in unlimited quantities. It can drive the world's machinery without the need of coal, oil, gas, or any other fuel.
Mr. Tesla, you've gained the glory of the man who got involved in the cosmic processes. Who are you, Mr. Tesla?
His thoughts just could not have been his own. His ideas had to come from another place, another time, another world. In the dead of night, Nikola Tesla often sat alone in his New York laboratory, his mind racing with visions of machines that defied the limits of human understanding. By candlelight, he sketched blueprints for devices that even modern scientists struggle to comprehend. Wireless energy, death rays, earthquake machines. How could one man conceive ideas centuries ahead of his time? Some say Tesla wasn't just a genius. He was a receiver, a conduit for knowledge that did not originate on Earth. Born during a lightning storm in 1856, Tesla's arrival into the world was marked by an omen. The midwife, upon seeing the crackling sky, declared, "This child will be a child of the storm." But his mother, with an eerie certainty, corrected her, "No, he will be a child of the light." Little did they know how prophetic those words would be. As a child, Tesla exhibited abilities that baffled those around him. He had a talent for numbers, performing integrated calculus in his head with such ease. Teachers thought he was cheating. He could visualize entire machines in his mind, rotating them in three-dimensional space before ever putting pen to paper. He possessed a photographic memory, just like his mother, able to recall entire books word for word. But what disturbed those closest to him were the visions. At times, Tesla would stop mid-sentence, his body frozen as his eyes glazed over. When he snapped back to reality, he would speak of incredible devices, concepts that had no basis in human science. He never explained where these visions came from, only that they arrived in flashes as if someone, or something, was transmitting them directly into his mind. Nikola Tesla's fascination with energy and frequencies began at an early age, but it wasn't until his time in Colorado Springs in 1899 that his experiments took a truly bizarre turn. Tesla constructed a massive experimental station in the mountains, far from prying eyes, where he conducted high-voltage experiments that lit up the sky like an alien beacon. Initially, his work seemed purely scientific. Tesla had built a 52-foot coil capable of unleashing millions of volts into the atmosphere. However, as he increased the power, strange phenomena began to unfold. Sparks formed between grains of sand, as if the Earth itself had become electrified. People walking near the lab found arcs of electricity leaping between their feet and the ground. Then came the fires, small blazes igniting spontaneously inside the lab. One evening, Tesla himself was nearly consumed by his own creation. As electric streamers shot in every direction, trapping him in the lab, he had to crawl on his belly to escape the deadly tendrils of energy licking at the walls. The air filled with the acrid smell of ozone and burning wood. But the true disaster struck when Tesla pushed his experiment to the limit. One fateful night, he unleashed a storm of artificial lightning, sending massive bolts leaping 130 feet from the tower's mast. The sky over Colorado Springs flashed with unnatural energy, the roar of electricity shaking the town. Then, darkness. The entire city of Colorado Springs was plunged into a blackout after Tesla drew so much power from the local generator that it overloaded and exploded into flames. Tesla reluctantly covered the costs of the damages, but the event was just the beginning. Tesla claimed to have intercepted strange rhythmic pulses, signals, from beyond Earth. He believed his experiments had tapped into a transmission not of this world, possibly from Mars. He later wrote, "The feeling is constantly growing on me that I had been the first to hear the greeting of one planet to another." In the months that followed, witnesses reported seeing Tesla walking outside his lab at odd hours, speaking into the night as if conversing with someone unseen. Some even claimed to have seen strange figures, tall, slender shadows, lurking near his facility, moving unnaturally fast and disappearing when approached. Then, suddenly, Tesla's funding was cut. His backers, including J.P. Morgan, withdrew their support, and his lab was shut down. Government agents reportedly began following Tesla, and he hinted at interference, claiming his notebooks were stolen and that he was being watched. What had this man truly discovered? Had he secretly found the keys to the universe and a better understanding of our existence on this planet? Did Tesla find the meaning of life from an otherworldly source? In the years that followed, Tesla became increasingly secretive, speaking of a machine capable of instantaneous communication across vast distances, one that could pierce the veil of existence itself. He even claimed to have received instructions on building a device to harness energy from beyond space and time, and he believed he was on the verge of a breakthrough to tap into what he called the cosmic library, a vast reservoir of knowledge that all great minds throughout history had accessed. Tesla's final years were marked by isolation. He continued his eccentric routine, feeding pigeons and walking the streets of New York. At the age of 81, he was struck by a taxicab while walking late at night. His health deteriorated after the accident, 3 broken ribs and a severely wrenched back, but he refused medical attention, as he had done throughout his life. His death in 1943, at the age of 86, was ruled as being caused by coronary thrombosis, but it was shrouded in mystery. Tesla died alone in his hotel room, and the FBI seized his belongings shortly afterward. They claimed it was for national security purposes, but some speculated they were covering up something more disturbing. Tesla's personal papers were examined by John G. Trump, an electrical engineer and uncle to the future U.S. president. He went through Tesla's papers one by one, and Trump did find that Tesla may have been shopping some of his ideas to foreign entities, but the final report concluded that Tesla's work in his later years was speculative and philosophical, devoid of any dangerous or groundbreaking discoveries. But some believe the missing papers hold the key to a much deeper mystery. It's rumored that Tesla's notebooks contain the blueprint for a machine designed not to generate power, but to receive signals, not from Mars or any known planet, but from somewhere else entirely. An entirely unfathomable place. Nikola Tesla wasn't just an inventor. He was a receiver, a conduit for knowledge that may not have originated from this world. He spoke of limitless energy, of tapping into a vast cosmic library, of signals from beyond. His experiments pushed the boundaries of science, but what if they were more than just discoveries? What if Tesla was chosen, guided by an unseen intelligence, feeding humanity knowledge it wasn't ready for? And when he died, penniless by the way, that knowledge was buried, locked away. The real question isn't what Tesla discovered. It's who or what wanted us to know it. Was he appointed to give us what we could have never found on our own? Well, looking at what we have learned from his revelations, it sure looks like he was the deliverer.